Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to Felicity Dag's Facebook Live and YouTube. Hopefully we will have no issues this week and we will be able to go from start to finish trouble-free. Okay, before we actually get started, I'm just going to log into my phone and open the Hues of Happiness drawer that I've loaded everybody's name into, and I'm going to spin it to win it live on air. Tanya, well done. Thank you very much for buying your Hues of Happiness, and you have won a $25 voucher to spend next month. I will be in contact with you and we can get that to you. Well, you can get the order. And so thank you very much, everybody, for joining. For buying the Hues of Happiness and for going in that drawer. I was very happy that you all joined and purchased the orders. Okay, today we are going to be doing 2 cards as per usual, and we are going to be using some of the pretty papers out of the catalogues that we have. Just a reminder that it's celebration currently at the moment, goes till the end of August. So any purchases that you make from now until the end of August, if you purchase $50, $110, I've been watching too many American tutorials, $110 of products from any of the catalogues and the clearance rack. If you purchase anything $110 from any of those catalogues, then you can get an item from this catalogue for free. Now, there's some absolutely gorgeous things in here. This paper pack is just absolutely pretty. I've got several of those, and then there's this just look, the hippest hippos, and that's the stamps. And then for another $110 order, you can get the dies. So you can either do it all in one order, or you can do it 2 orders in a row, just so long as it's before the end of August. And then there's also, now this set here, I've got a card that I've made with this one, which you will have in your little hot hands shortly. And it is just gorgeous. Look at this caravan and the strings of lights, the Christmas lights from Felicity, and trees. Now these are layering trees, so there's that die there, and that die sits over the top, or you can stamp them. They coordinate with the Trees for Sale stamp set, which is in the mini catalogue, which is this one here. Now this is full of little look, this just opened up again. We've got it here. This is the embossing additions toolkit. It has the tray for catching your embossing powder, the embossing buddy for taking the static out of your cardstock, the little brush, and the tongs. Now, not tongs, the tweezers. They are reverse tweezers. Is that what they're calling them? To say crafting tweezers, but instead of squeezing them, they open when you squeeze them. They close when you squeeze them, so you're holding them closed with squeezed. This doesn't rock my boat quite so much, but others it would like. You're the coolest. And I'm not a cat or dog person, but this does tickle my fancy. And the cat with the mistletoe, so he's going to have the fish. So there's some beautiful papers and cards in here, card ideas. This is a returning item from last year because it was just such a popular paper. and this is just absolutely gorgeous. If I'd have thought to bring it with me, I would have done, but it's not in the room, it's in the other room. But anyway, them absolutely gorgeous items in the mini catalogue. Yours will be with your card kit orders, and you'll be able to have a look at those. And then we've also got the annual catalogue, which goes until next year. This is the Hues of Happiness that Tanya won her prize on. So absolutely. Now I'm liking this. I haven't actually bought it yet, but I'm liking this stamp set. Sending sunshine and good feelings your way. Be a good one for a get well card or just an any day card. I'm just so happy for you. Wedding card, baby card, whatever. You're on my mind and in my heart. Have this one that I could send just about every day to somebody. Thank you. Hip, hip, hooray. So some great sentiments there. And it's a cling stamp set, and there's 6 stamps. So you could also, make them just bits like sending sunshine your way, or you could just, and then you could also with this one use your stamping markers and colour them different colours, and that would be really cool too. So might have to just get that one. But anyway, what we're working with today is what's it called? Natural Prints Designer Series paper and the stamps and dies. So this is the card we're going to make, and this is the kit for said card. Now I have got all the little bits and pieces in here, one hopes, although thinking about it, I did find a blue piece on the floor. No, it's not in there, so guessing the blue piece that was on the floor might belong in this card, but hopefully it's just mine that's missing and nobody else's. So I'm going to just burnish that very, very carefully, and then I'm just going to get these strips here. Now these are the Natural Prints Designer Series paper. We have used this side, but we're going to use the grey granite side today, and that just goes, now these will need to be trimmed once you've finished the card, but that just goes right up against the edge there. There is no border. So now I just heard a tip today, and I haven't had time to actually see if it's logical or not, but instead of having your ink glue bottle standing up, if you lay it down, it doesn't get air blocks in it. So that sounds quite logical to me. Very cold here today, so well, not as cold as it is in Twizel. They've had beautiful snow there. Trying to decide which is the up way of this paper. I think that might be. So I'm just going to butt that right to the edge of the paper, to the cardstock, and that there. So there is no, just moving it slightly. So there is no edge there, and there's no edge there. So that's that side, and then a bit of adhesive on this piece. This is one of the beautiful papers in the annual catalogue, and it's called Nature's Print, and it's in page 91. This is it here. Oops, sorry, this is it here. Beautiful, beautiful set. I have ended up buying the whole suite, but in bits and bobs, because I just didn't want to get it all at once. So the colours for that are Pacific Point, Night of Navy, Starry Sky, and Grey Granite. And it's the Grey Granite side we're going to be using today, although not any Grey Granite ink. And then that goes on there. I haven't folded my card evenly, so what I'll do later is just trim that off that side there. So that is there. And then we're going to put a white piece in there. That's just going to cover up the edges and give us a base to work with. So that's just going to go on there as well. On the front of our card. Whoops, should have had my silicone mat down first. Now you've got glue on your workstation. You didn't see that, did you? Whoops. So popping this one so that it's even as possible on both sides, like that. And I'm just going to run the bone folder down there because I've got my cut edge the wrong way, and just adhere that to the front of the card like so. Now we're going to put this piece. Now this is the fern embossing folder, a 3D embossing folder. It is beautiful, and as you can see, I have used petal pink just because I could. There is no rule that says you can't, so I'm just going to pop that on the front of there, and because it's a 3D embossed one, it does need a little bit extra glue to adhere it to the card because of all the little nooks and bits and bobs. So you don't actually, it doesn't really need to, you haven't got to have it up and down or whatever. I might put it that way just because I've turned it around that way now, and popping that on straight on the front of your card, and again giving it a good press down so that it sticks to your card base. And then we've got these beautiful cutouts. Now I have not got any. Why have I not got any? Oops. Okay, so maybe I missed out on this one and should have checked the pack before I started. So I'm going to have to miss that stage on here, but as you can see on my sample, I've got these lovely ferns, and there's two, and I've got them butting together just here. So one goes that way and one goes that way. Okay, and then we're going to put this piece on. Now this is normally a sentiment piece, but this today it doesn't have a sentiment on it, so it goes on there on dimensionals, but only this end, because you've got the height this end of your card. So that's going to go just there, and then we're going to add these pieces, which I've tried to leave in the card base for you so they didn't get scrunched in the postage. One there, and I've got plenty of these and none of the flowers, the leaves, and one there. Now what I've done with these is I've just run the blender pen over the paper and given it a washed look with the petal pink. So one sort of like that, so that it's just sitting there. And then we're going to put the blue piece on, which I don't have either, which is obviously the bit that's on the kitchen floor, the lounge floor. So this piece here. So I've got nothing in this pack really. And then just trim this off, and then put the little bow on like that. So your blue piece goes there. I'll show you this. This is the easiest way to do it. Okay, take that out of the way altogether. So this is what the final card will look like. So the blue piece covers the stalks of your leaves, and the frame here is just to give it a bit of distinction and point of difference. And then the little bow, and that's the card complete when I've got all my bits. Okay, so I'll just get those out of the way. Now this card here is made with the what's it called? Butterfly Brilliance? No, that's another stamp seal, I think. Let me see here. Butterfly something. It's in the annual catalogue, the mini catalogue, I believe. Maybe it's in the annual catalogue. Let me see. As usual, Felicity's not organised. Best Butterflies, page 37 of the annual catalogue, I'm sorry. Here we go. So in here you've got the beautiful papers, which is what I'm using here today. You've also got the stamps and dies in a bundle. When you buy a bundle, you get 10% discount, so it's a good time to, if you want the both sets. And then it's got these little resin flowers as well, but I haven't bought those. So this is the papers we're working with today. I'm just wondering if, no, they're not here either. Been working in the lounge the last couple of days because it's a bit chilly up here in the craft room. So that's page 39 of the annual catalogue, and absolutely gorgeous. So what I have done here is, why have I got no base? Here it is here. Right, so what I've done here is I've trimmed out, fussy cut the butterfly and popped it on this piece, which should be on this piece because this is the one with the sentiment on it. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do that. Right, so we've got, yours could have this paper or this paper in it. And then that will go on top of here. So it goes there. And then we've got this smaller piece, which then goes there with this piece, which goes there, and then the sentiment. Now, I've made them thank you, and I should have that butterfly on that sentiment. So when you fussy cut out your butterflies, they will all be different. I think I'll just cut this out very quickly while we're here. We've got time. And just trimming around it, whoops, in the camera Felicity. It's very hard with the camera being in my viewing point. So trimming around the butterfly very roughly in this particular case because I can't see, my glasses are falling off my nose and I'm looking through the camera, one eye shut, one eye open, and it's obviously my good eye that I've got shut, my better eye. Okay, so around here, now the colours in this are absolutely gorgeous. The Parakeet Party, the Tahitian Tide, Parakeet Party, just absolutely gorgeous colours. This here is Orchid Oasis with a bit of the Starry Sky in it. Absolutely gorgeous. Just such bright, lovely colours and lovely papers in grotty days like we're having at the moment. And well, it is winter time after all, but yeah, so who wouldn't like a card with this nice bright shiny colour on it? And it doesn't have to be an anything card. It doesn't have to be a thank you card. It can just be thank you for being my friend. So Yeah, we'll just leave that like that. Look at this one. This is pretty. Little diamonds on it, triangles, and the parakeet party. And it's not parakeet party, it's tranquil tide. And then, so what we're going to do is, this is the base, is polished pink. Not polished pink, it's flirty flamingo. No, the other. What is it called? Come to me, name. Right, starry sky on there, and then we've got the back of that one. And then we've got this lovely stripy piece, which has got the fresh freezer in it. So that can go on there, just like so. And then we've got this beautiful piece, which then goes on the lovely striped piece, like that. And just pop them over the edge a little bit, because we can. Just like that. Move it up just a smidgen, so that it's even top and bottom. And then this piece with all the little hearts on it is going to go on the top. So that goes just there like that. Moving it over just a bit so as to make it square. And then we're going to pop the thank you on there. So I think we'll put it like that, with dimensionals in behind it. On this one here, I've dimensioned the butterfly, but I think I'll dimension the actual piece. This is cut out with the deckled rectangles, which just gives it a little bit of excitement, a little bit of a textured edge, and it looks really cool. I think I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Could very well replace my stitched rectangle dies and be using a lot more of these. They are in the annual catalogue, and they are gorgeous. So that can then go there. That looks straight, and then we're just going to put some glue on the back of our butterfly. You can dimension it if you wish to. I'm just going to lay it flat with a bit of glue. Whoops, take that piece out the back. That might not be really too pretty. My antennas haven't been cut properly. And that's it, just like that. Beautiful, beautiful, clean, crisp, colourful card for just anybody. A just anything card. You don't have to put the thank you on it. Oops. Well, you've got it on your stamp, but you can turn the page over, turn the sentiment piece over and have it this way. Still looks just as good, and put your own sentiment on it if you chose. And that's our 2 cards today. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Felicity Dagg, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in New Zealand. Thank you for your patience today when I had half my things not here. Whoops, that's the wrong way for my snips. And we are, the 13th of May, 13th of June, 2022, and those kits will be in the mail for you tomorrow, and you can play with them at your leisure. In the meantime, thank you very much for joining me, and wish you a very nice day, and hoping that you have warmth and you are safe, and winter is being kind to you. Thank you very much. Ta-ra. See you next week. Bye.